We are live. Welcome to episode 32 of the High Slot Podcast, brought to you by our producer, Mass Music Radio. I'm here today, as always, with the boys, Bob Deuce.
How are we?
Snipsky.
Yes, sir.
And myself, Andrew Coco Curry. What's going on, fellas?
Nothing, just chilling. Just another weekend, coaching and playing hockey and all that. Went on a limb this morning. I was scrolling through Quincy Center and then just walked into a barbershop and just cut off my Letty this morning. It was kind of a bittersweet ending. I woke up one morning and looked at my hair, and I'm sure there was what it looked like. It was like there was a bird nesting in my hair, and I was like, I gotta do something with this. And I just did the whole military fade. Went back to my roots.
It's a sad day.
Yeah, surprising.
That was just impulse decision, Bob. You're just like, Letty's done.
Yeah, I just looked in the mirror and I was like, dude, I gotta do something with this. Like I kind of missed the short hair, and then just went for it.
I don't blame you. I'm almost at that point where the hair's too long right now, but I'm not ready to go short because I'm afraid once I go short, I'm never getting it back.
Yeah, exactly.
Hairline will be all done.
Oh my god, dude, don't put that in my head.
Smoke.
Fall back like LeBron's hairline against the Mavericks.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
What about you, Snipsky? Anything new?
Not much. Low-key weekend. Just hung out. Try to behave myself as much as I could. But, not much.
That's never an easy task for Snipsky, behaving himself.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
Stuff.
nothing new with me. Just doing dad shit. Dude, I have golf fever bad, and it's just the beginning of the not golf season.
Yeah,
It's bad.
we got our first dusting this past
I
weekend too.
know. Last week there was a day it was 45, 50. It was decent out. I was like, oh, I'm just fiending to the stroke the club. So I went out to the driving range, hitting it pure as can be, dude. Didn't miss a single bad shot, and I was like, this sucks because I have to sit inside for the next 3 to 4 months before I can get back on a golf course again.
Yeah, we got to plan Myrtle again or something.
Yeah, we got
Look forward to something. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm always at the putting green in the house, too, a lot recently.
Yeah, but he's hitting driver off the putting green.
Yeah. No, I got, what's that, sand wedge chilling there? I give it a little whack.
Yeah.
I try to chip it in,
run.
but...
Yeah, if any thins it across the apartment, puts
there's
a hole in the wall.
I've done it a few times. I'm not going to lie.
But yeah, golf fever is bad and not at a good time. I think it's simulation season. I need something.
I'm not really a big fan of simmies.
I'm not either, to be honest with you. But every once in a while is not bad. But I don't know how the dudes live and die on the simulation in the winter. It gets old for me.
Dude, one time I shot a 59 on a simulator. I'm like, that's bullshit. That's giving me false confidence. And then my first round, I shoot a fucking barely under 100. I'm like, this sucks. Such false information.
Sandbagged.
Yeah, right.
It's definitely unrealistic. You hit a drive 3 hundo and you're hyping yourself up. Oh, I'm ready to drop bombs out there. And then the first one you hit just dead shank in the woods.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But hey, sooner than we know it, it'll be golf season again. We'll be somewhere nice and warm, hitting the links. But for now, we have a huge episode for you all, for all you beauties out there today. We're going to start with a little hockey talk, do a little Mass High School hockey roundup, get into our hockey guide week, and we'll finish with our weekly gambling corner. You boys ready to rock?
Yeah, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. All right, we'll start with the Granite Grind. The boys lost a absolute barn burner 7-6 to Anna Maria last Friday, and it was truly a wild game. The boys were down 5-1 after the first period, battled back to tie it up 6-6 in the third until Anna Maria buried the eventual game winner with 30 seconds left. It was a tough one. Bob, what are your thoughts?
Emotional roller coaster was literally the definition of that game. We let up 3 shorthanded goals in the first period. And that was probably the most embarrassing performance I've ever been a part of in the first period, ever. It was so bad that my parents left after the first period.
Oh,
Smoked by
smoked.
Colonel and Diane.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad after, and he just goes, "Yeah, it's the first time I ever left one of your games after the first period." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, I saw you, not in the stands." But that's beside the facts. But yeah. So, but second period, the boys we turned it around. Second, third period, we were the way better team. What was it like? I'd say it was 5-3 going into the third.
yeah, it was
or something like that.
5-3, yep.
And then they scored, and then we scored to make it 5-4, and then they scored to make it 6-4, and then we scored 2 straight to make it 6-6, and then a heartbreaker at the end. But that shows how much heart we have as a team, because we just shoot ourselves in the foot. That's all it really is. It's just growing pains. It's our first year. We're like figuring out how to play competitive hockey again, and it just we just didn't start out the game, because usually we start out games pretty hot. But that was the first game we've played as a team that like we just weren't ready to play.
Yeah, that like from a playing standpoint and a coaching standpoint, like that was the worst start to a game I've ever seen. Like 4 minutes in, there were like 5 breakaways, and I'm just like looking around like, is this real? Like, what the fuck is going on?
We handed them every single goal. They didn't even earn one.
It was 3-0 in the blink of an eye, and I'm like, what the hell, dude? Like, we just talked about how like this is a huge game, like how much it means for us, and it's 3-0, and I'm like, Jesus, dude. It ends up being 5-0. And I'm just like, well, pack it in, get me home to Franny. Like, I'm all done here.
Yeah, dude.
But no, the boys gutted it out. Like I said, could have tucked our tails between our legs and just packed it in. But we put in a gutsy performance, battled back. And yeah, Bob, the stands emptied after the first. Like you could tell clearly. Like everyone just left. They're like, yeah, we're all done here.
Yeah.
But they missed a hell of a comeback, and it was a pretty exciting game. Bob scored the tying goal and make it 6-6, nasty.
Yeah, I blacked out. Like that was like one of those things that like when you just get the puck and it's not like a switch flips or whatever, and you just go do something crazy, and then the next thing you know, you're like, all right, like what just happened? It was like one of those moments. But yeah, like we could have won that game, and I thought like after I scored to tie it up, like the boys were ready, and we were all over them after that.
We were buzzing.
Yeah, like we almost scored though, like to take the lead like 4 times on them. I think we had a couple posts.
Yeah, we had many chances at the end. I was waiting for it. I was like, we're taking the lead here, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And then just, their goalie made a couple big saves. They had a couple big blocks, and then just an unfortunate one at the end. It was really no one's fault. Just like we poke checked it, bad bounce right back to the guy. Next thing you know, is in the back of the net. But yeah, Bob, going back to your goal, you get the puck right in front of the bench. I'm like, you got time. You put on a 6 spin move and then just go coast to coast, buttered toast behind the net, little spinorama again, and just tucked it. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Like,
who is this guy?
Yeah, exactly. Like there was a switch that I flipped up, but yeah, dude, when I went around that net, that dude was going to murder me if I didn't spin move. Like I had no other like obviously I like didn't really think that was going to work, the spin move, but I just try to avoid just getting absolutely like my head taken off, and it worked out for the better. So yeah, that's probably one of my better goals.
Yeah, I'd say so for sure. I mean, gave me little flashbacks when Bob scored 4 against Silver Lake sophomore year.
Yeah. And then like there wasn't a good thing to follow up after that, but no, that was a good night.
Overall, though, really entertaining game. Those who left after the first really missed out on the second and third periods. But yeah, dude, just growing pains. First year program, like you said, going through the ups and downs of it. The boys are off for the next like month or so. We're not back in action until January 21st. Well, the boys are off on December break here.
But actually, we're playing. No, we actually got a scrimmage tomorrow.
Oh, did we? We selling up?
Yeah, Curry College tomorrow night.
Nice.
But, I mean, this is probably not going to be out by then. People will get to hear it, but it did get advertised. The Fowler House plugged us. But
Fowler did? Let's go.
Yeah, it's 9 p.m. tomorrow at Quincy Youth, and then
I love it.
We might have some Quincy Fire Department, a little game against them. So
nice.
Yeah, we got some stuff. Yeah, keep the boys
legs fresh. Yeah, because our next league game isn't for like over a month, so that's a long stretch off. I know some of the guys who aren't local probably gonna go home, see their families over the holiday break here, but we'll be back in action soon. Hey, you never know. Could make a run the second half of the season. I've seen crazier things happen.
Yeah, we're not even out of it. I looked at the standings. We're not like it's just gonna make it harder to get into the playoffs. Like after that loss, if we beat Anna Maria, we definitely would have been obviously like in a better spot.
In the hunt.
Yeah, we're kind of like the Patriots right now. Like we just let a couple slip that like would have helped us like have a better chance to make the playoffs. But now we're just.
You guys got a better offense.
Yeah. We actually put up goals. Yeah. We put up goals, dude. We just it's our defense and our discipline that screws us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the boys are still sniffing around, and yeah, you never know. I've seen crazier shit happen, so don't count out the boys just yet. All right, let's get into a little hockey talk, starting with the Boston Bruins. Since last week, the Bruins blanked the wounded Colorado Avalanche 4-0. They followed that up a terrible loss, 4-3 against the Arizona Coyotes. And then they finished the week with a 3-1 win over the Pacific Division leading Vegas Golden Knights. Boys, what are your thoughts on the Bruins play from the last week?
You can go, Vinny.
Bruins, obviously best team in the league. Very high powered, locking it down with Allmark on the back end. Very consistent, just that one little hiccup in Arizona that shouldn't have happened. They should have been more well aware about the icing, if it was or not. Should have played through it. Tough loss though. Yeah, I mean they're back at it tonight against the Islanders. I think it's a bad matchup for them, but it seems like they're holding up their end of the bargain.
Yeah, 2-1 after the first, right?
Yeah, they're playing the second right now, but same score.
Bob, what are your thoughts on the Bees?
Yeah, like Vinny said, they best team in the league right now, like head to toe. Linus Ullmark has been really, really good. Like he has insane stats. He's like
16-1.
Yeah, and he has like 1.5 goals against, like a 940 like save percentage. He's unbelievable right now.
Yeah, he should have a shutout right now, but the puck like deflected off 3 skates and in. It wasn't even like anything he could do about it.
It was a good shot by Noah Dobson. He just ripped it on net. Pucks on net.
Traffic. Yeah.
But yeah, like that Coyotes loss was like crazy because like he got Forbert thrown up over himself. I mean, there's a bunch of variables that could helped us not lose that game. I mean, Swayman, I get it. Like he probably tried to like be like, all right, it's icing, but if it's that close to and what it was like 6 seconds left, just cover it up, or just take it and rip it up the boards or rip it up the glass. You know what I mean? Or Derek Forbert, just like don't be a complete like idiot and just don't fumble the puck. Or the ref should have just known. You know what I mean? There were so many variables there. Like it was really no one's fault, I guess. I guess you can blame maybe Forbert for fumbling, but
I think
no one back checked too. That's another thing too. That's an unpopular opinion in that situation. Yeah, a lot of people didn't notice that no one back checked either.
I think the ref like noticed like Forbert wasn't like hightailing it down towards the ice, like for the icing. So he probably saw him gliding down. He's probably like, no. Like you could have. They do judgment calls on that if you like dog it down there for icing.
Yeah, I mean, that game, it's a bad loss. You know, as good as the Bruins have been, that's a bad one, losing to a Coyotes team. I think they just took them lightly, dude. We've been talking about the Yotes all year. They're a scrappy team. They're not like the Yotes from the past. I mean, their record's not great, but they're in almost every game. Like, they're losing games by a goal, taking teams to OT. Like, that's not an easy matchup against the Yotes. And the concerning part of that for me was Swayman.
He didn't look good.
4 goals on 16 shots. I mean, we clearly outplayed the Yotes. I was never really worried. I'm like, it's a close game. You know, I figured this was going to be kind of a letdown spot for us after beating the Avs. But I didn't. In the back of my mind, I was like, we're not losing this game. And then when that happened with under 30 seconds left, I was like, oh my God, we're going to lose to the Yotes. Like, what the hell is going on? But the only thing that matters is that they bounced back and then beat a very good Vegas Golden Knights team without Jack Eichel. I don't care. That's still a tough game to play in Vegas. So, I mean, I'll look at it as a positive. They got back on the right track, and it looks like they're continuing that tonight too.
Yeah, I mean, there was no way they were losing the Bruce twice.
No, couldn't let Bruce get the best of us twice. We owed him one, and we took it to him the other night. So Bruins still like you guys said, best team in NHL right now, and really haven't showed many signs of slowing down.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I mean,
let's talk about.
Oh yeah, you go. Yeah, well, I mean, it's a long season, and they have a history of blowing it, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, I mean, can't dwell on that one. I mean, rather than lose now when it was really meaningless, and then rather than losing the playoffs, so get them out of the way now before it matters. Let's talk about a team that's hot on the Bruins' tail, and that's the Toronto Maple Leafs. They've emerged as one of the NHL's best teams over the course of the past month. They're on an 8-0-2 run in their past 10 games, and they haven't lost in regulation in over a month. Their last regulation loss was on November 11th when they lost to the Pittsburgh Penguins 4-2. During that span, Mitch Marner has gone on a 22-game point streak and has racked up 30 points in that span, 11 goals, 19 assists. So a couple questions for you guys. Is Mitch Marner a real deal superstar? And are the Leafs legit cup contenders this year?
I mean, if they get out of the first round, you know what I mean? Like I'm not sold on them yet. Like you have to play in the playoffs to be a legit team. Like, yeah, they're doing all this, but they're like, are they gonna break their curse? You know what I mean? Are they gonna actually like be the team like that could break through the playoffs? Like Matt Murray has actually been playing really well. Like we were huge about how he it was a head scratch that they even signed him. And he is looking like the old Matt Murray right now. He's like 7-1, like probably a 920 save percentage last time I saw. Yeah, but like don't get me wrong, Mitch Marner is playing great. Like he's playing like his salary. He's playing like what his salary says. You know what I mean? He's getting all that money, so like, he should be producing at it like what he's doing right now. But again, you have to get out of the first round. I am not sold on him as like a cup contender.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, this year seems different to me from the Leafs. From my perspective of the Leafs, I think the way they're playing, like the goaltending they're getting, is great. They're down their big three defensemen coming in like recently throughout the season, and they're obviously top heavy with forwards, so they've been producing. They just need that like defense, the goaltending consistently backing up their goal scoring, so the games aren't that high scoring. But yeah, I think this is they definitely I think second, third round this year for the Leafs.
You know, I've been talking myself into it. Dude, the Leafs have been very impressive.
Yeah.
And I have to give them credit. There's a thing that's a little different about the Leafs team this year than the past. And it's not the offense that's carrying them. It's actually their defense that they've really relied on. They're third in goals allowed per game. They're only allowing 2.4 goals per game. They're sixth in the league in shots on goal allowed and 12th in penalty killing percentage. Their goaltending duo have both been studs, believe it or not. I know that was like a big question mark coming into the year, like Murray, Samsonov. But dude, they both started 10 games apiece. Murray's 7-1-2 with a 2.5 goals allowed, 926 save percentage. Samsonov's 8-2 with a 1.8 goals allowed and a 933 save percentage.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anyone expected that from the Leafs. And then they have three players right now over 30 points. Marner's, Matthews, Nylander's been tearing it up. And Tavares is just under 30 points with 28. And the scary part, Snipsky, you mentioned it, is that they're banged up. They're not even 100% healthy. They're missing Muzzin, Jordy Ben, and Morgan Riley on the back end. And those are probably your top three guys. I'm going to say it. If the postseason were to start today, I think the Leafs get out of the first round and potentially end up in the Eastern Conference Finals. But, I mean, a lot of hockey left, and that pressure is going to get to them when it comes playoff time. Like, just how they haven't been out of the first round in over, 20-something years. Like, I don't know. It's a different beast in the playoffs. But right now, I think Leafs are legit.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna be the whole same old song and dance, dude. I think they're gonna have this like unbelievable year, all this stuff, and they're gonna go first round. They're gonna get a shit draw again. They're probably gonna get like Tampa again because Tampa is not really doing well in the regular season. Tampa's gonna somehow get healthy. They're gonna be ready to go. They're gonna get someone at the trade deadline. You know what I mean? And then like the Leafs are gonna be like, oh, not again. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, yeah, they are looking good. You never know, like whatever. But I'm not sold on them yet.
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's fair. That's fair because, I mean, like I could be completely wrong. I feel like the Leafs do this every year. They look really good, and I'm sure the Toronto fan base, this sounds very familiar for them. They're like, oh, this year's different. This year's different, but I could be getting duped here.
They're literally the Dallas Cowboys.
What are you gonna say?
They're literally the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
No,
Right.
I was gonna say that is interesting because they would, if the playoffs did end today, they would play the Lightning. Because 2 versus 3 seed, but yeah, because the Lightning are obviously you got to respect them, if like no matter what.
Yeah, it's really about who can show up during the playoffs. This might be wild, but I think Mitch Marner might be better than Austin Matthews. I don't know. I think he might be better.
Passing and like goal, like shooting wise, like
so.
Not shooting wise.
Yeah.
Not shooting.
No, I'm saying like balance it out. Like more balanced.
I'm just saying, like, as a player, I think Mitch Marner is better than Austin Matthews. Because I think Marner has been overshadowed by Matthews, and I think Marner is the more complete player. Matthews can score, no question about that. But I'm not sure Matthews is dynamic as a playmaker as Marner is. And low-key, I think Marner is the backbone of this Leafs team. his numbers speak for themselves, and they've been damn near identical to Austin Matthews as far as point per game goes. Marner just isn't as flashy, but every time you see Matthews scoring, guess who's dishing him the puck?
Yeah.
It's Mitchy Mitts.
Mitchy Mitts.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if you look at his passing and his like shooting too, it's just like all balanced. Like, I know that's what I was trying to say about that.
Yeah, I think if you take Mitch Marner off that Leafs team, they're nothing without him. I think if you get rid of Matthews, they're obviously not as good, but I think they can survive without him. So I don't know, looking long term, if they have to choose one or the other, if I'm in that front office, I'm going with Marner, man. I'm going with Marner.
Their front office is stupid though. They're gonna go with Austin Matthews though. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. I mean, you can't get rid of them. I mean, ideally they're gonna try and lock up both. But if you like had to choose, gun to your head, I'm saying Mitch Marner, man. I think he's the guy in Toronto. I think he's that dude.
I mean, the more that you broke it down, it makes sense.
I heard they might move Nylander to like create space.
He's been on fire.
No, those are the three guys that
they
locked up.
If you need to like you said with the money wise, because they all get paid so much money.
If anything, they probably move Tavares.
They don't pay any defensemen.
Cap. Yeah.
But the thing is, out of all of them, like that core, like those guys, those three dudes are super young and they're nasty.
Right. Yeah.
Very.
Yeah. Tavares on the back nine, still playing very well. He ain't the John Tavares back from the Islanders though. But how crazy is it to think that they were talking about moving Mitch Marner to defense to start the season?
I mean, that shows how versatile he is.
Yeah, it shows how versatile he is, but it also shows how desperate they are and how dumb that front office is even considering that. Like that would have been bonehead move if you ask me.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Because you see how he's producing now.
He'd be a riverboat defenseman, like big time. He'd be rushing the puck all day.
You literally have 4 forwards out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that would have worked out, but hey, Mitchy Mitts, man, 22 game point streak. That's not something to laugh about.
Yeah, isn't that the Maple Leafs record too? Or is he?
Yeah. He's 4 games away from tying Sidney Crosby 26 game point streak, which is the current active point streak among active players in the NHL. Not all time, but among active guys. Patty Kane had 25 games. Crosby had 26, so he could pass both them.
Sidney Crosby.
Nothing's slowing him down. Yeah, no. Sidney Crosby. All right, speaking of young studs, we can all agree that 2 of the best young superstars in the league right now are Jason Robinson and Tage Thompson, as they've both been lighting it up so far in their young careers. My question to you boys, if you had to choose, if you were rebuilding a team and you had to choose right now, you taking Tage Thompson or Jason Robinson to build your team around?
Jason Robinson.
Yeah, same.
Well, I mean, I love Tage Thompson. Don't get me wrong. I think he's nasty. Everything he does, his hands, his footwork, his edge, everything, dude. Everything he does is just so magical and beautiful out there. But Robinson has, you can tell he has that it factor. He just fucking works his ass off, has good hands, just as good as a player. But I think he's just more valuable in my opinion. I think he's a two-way guy, because I don't think Tage Thompson's really a two-way guy. He's just nasty offensively. Insane offensively.
Yeah, when I saw Jason Robinson play, right off the bat, you can just tell when these guys, his rookie year, he was lighting it up, right off the bat. And it's just the eye test is just there. And the it factor, like Bob says, you can tell the way he plays out there. It's just never struggles.
Yeah, I think it would be a real tough decision, but I agree with you guys. I'd have to go with RoboCop as well. Looking at both the guys, looking at their profiles, Robinson's 2 years younger than Thompson. And to me, I think Robinson's a more complete player, like you guys said. I mean, Thompson's a beast. He's 6'7", and there's practically nothing that guy can't do offensively. But Robinson has shown he has some intangibles that other players just don't. His hockey IQ is absurd. He does things on a nightly basis that most players wouldn't even consider doing. And Robinson can score. He's got almost as many goals as Thompson. He creates scoring chances nearly by himself. Looking at that Dallas Stars offense, it's not anything pretty. They got a lot of grinders up there. And he can dish the puck like none other. And defensively, Robinson's not half bad either. So if I had to choose between the two, I'm going with the RoboCop.
Yeah, he's someone you can literally build around, like you just said, because the fact that he doesn't have that much help, I mean, he has like Ropey Hintz and like maybe Tyler Seguin. Sagan's a little older. Like Jamie Benn's not really as good as he used to be and stuff like that. But if you put like people around him and like the more you like they develop as like a program, he's gonna be like that. The star's gonna be nasty, especially with Ottinger in that. They already have a future goaltender.
Oh yeah, he's nails. Jason Robertson, unbelievable. He creates so much. You can tell like you said, like he's like with the it factor, and he just like has nobody around him, and he just snipes, and he wins games by himself. I see him out there. He scores like 2-3 overtime winners last year. He's insane.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah, he's got that clutch gene too. Thompson, man, he's a stud. I'd love to have him, but gun to my head, I'm going with the RoboCop. That's our guy.
Tage Thompson, just like a treat to watch. He's a generational talent.
Yeah, fun to watch.
He's coming. But I would definitely take Robertson. They'll both have great careers, no doubt.
Yeah, dude, the hands that Tage Thompson has for a big man, that should be illegal.
Yeah, it's scary to watch, dude. Imagine like trying to like defend him, because like if you try to put a body on him, he's putting you on your ass.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, he's not just like a 6'7" goon. Like he can move quick and tight. Like he's low key fast too. Like he's a scary dude to go up against.
Yeah.
Like how do you defend that 6'7" with speed and hands and a hell of a shot?
Yeah, he's a bullet, dude. His one timers, he's pretty much like Ovi, dude. Like on the power play, he just sits there. Like I mean, he can like dangle you and like make passes too. But like there's times where he's on the power play, just rips it, dude. Like in Ovi's office. Bar down.
Yeah.
He legit has a stilt for a stick.
Yeah, I think it's huge.
Yeah.
It's like Chara that was actually skilled. Also, he's not as tall as Chara, but it's kind of the same ballpark.
Yeah. So let's talk about two teams right now that have been, the talk of the hockey world to start the season. It's the New York Rangers and Edmonton Oilers, two teams that respectively reached their conference finals last year, but have really struggled out the gate to start the season. Oilers are currently 16-13, fourth in the Pacific, while the Rangers 15-10-5 are fourth in the Metropolitan Division. And boys, it's realistic that one or maybe even both of these teams could potentially miss out on the playoffs this year. So if you had to choose one team to miss the playoffs, who would it be and why?
I hate to say it, but I'd say the Rags, because the Metropolitan's a tough division right now. There's so many good teams. The Pens are buzzing, dude. Buzzing. You got Devils, like you can listen.
Canes.
Yeah, Canes. Like there's so many.
Islanders are right on them.
Yeah, dude, exactly. There's so many good teams, but like Western Conference is a little bit softer out there, like in terms of like records and points. And also, you can't like, dude, McDavid and Draisaitl, if they don't make the playoffs, that's a fucking crime. You know what I mean? Like they're fucking.
Someone's got to go if that's the case.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Coach, front office, someone's got to go if that happens.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, if anything, the Oilers are going to make the playoffs and Rags are going to miss out. I hate to say it because I'm big on the Rags. Like, I love Shesty and stuff, but
it's definitely the Rags, because how bad it would be for the league if Draisaitl and McDavid don't make the playoffs. That like Gary Bettman's gonna rig it somehow.
Yeah, no, Gary Bettman's
he needs it. He's
gonna put more ads on the boards.
Oh yeah, he needs it.
He's like, no, we need more.
Yeah, but it's definitely the Rags, because the Islanders are a point behind, and like they're tied with the Bruins right now in the second. The Wings are coming. Even like I know the Capitals look like shit lately, but they're definitely gonna get healthier and probably try to make a run. The only other team I could see coming maybe is the Senators, but that's a long shot. They had such a terrible. And to argue the other point with Edmonton also like has Calgary right behind them, which they're a better team, but then there's Colorado that's 1 point out behind Calgary, and they're definitely going to get in. Like there's no way they don't get in, because they're going to get healthier eventually and have to make a run. St. Louis is out of the picture now at 27 points, but that's it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if both these teams don't make the playoffs this year. Like you guys mentioned the Metropolitan, how tough a division that is. It's going to be hard for the Rangers to make up some ground there. Pacific's a little weaker, but looking at the teams, I'd have to say the Oilers are more likely to miss the playoffs, and it's even crazy saying that because they have two of the best, if not the two best players in the league. But just looking at the build on both these teams, I think the Rangers are a more complete team. I mean, the Oilers rely on McDavid and Draisaitl night in and night out, while the Rangers get a little more production top to bottom. You also have to consider goaltending. The advantage, I'd say, easily goes to the Rangers. I mean, Chesty's better than all the goaltenders combined on Edmonton.
Yeah.
And the Rangers are more sound defensively as a team. I mean, McDavid, he's been playing some of the best hockey I've ever seen, but I don't think there's much more that he can do to help out this team. I mean, he could just completely prove me wrong and just go absolutely bananas, flip the switch, turn up a notch that I didn't even know was there. But I mean, I think it's easier for teams to game plan against like one or two guys on the Oilers than it is to scheme something up against like an entire unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing that I think that speaks to this more is like the strength of each conference. Because I think the East is way more stacked than the West is. You know what I'm saying? So I think the West might be an easier in than the East is. Just that's what I think.
Yeah, there's a lot of dog shit teams in the West.
Yeah, that's why I think the Oilers have a better shot. Because like the Kraken are a nice surprise. Like that's still kind of up in the air, you know, for a young team like that. And Los Angeles Kings, they should make it, but they've been so like up and down this year. It's kind of like Jekyll and Hyde with them. I love them, but
Yeah, the thing I like about the Rangers, though, is like defensively, the Rangers still rank in the top 10 in most categories, while Oilers are bottom 10 in most defensive categories. And I think ultimately, a good defense is going to take you farther than a good offense can. I mean, it's been proven, you know, defense wins championships. That's what they say. The competitiveness of both the divisions isn't going to be an easy task, you know, working their way back into playoff contention for both these teams. The Rangers have to catch, you know, the Devils, which I think the Devils going to cool off. I mean, they've been red hot, but I don't know if they're as good as they've been playing. I think they might come back down to earth. Pens are solid. I think Pens are shoo-in to make the playoffs. Same with the Canes. So, yeah, catching the Devils might be tough. They beat them last night. That was a big win for them. And then the Oilers are chasing the Kings, Kraken, and Knights. Kraken, another team that might come back down to earth. Kings haven't been playing great, and the Knights are banged up too, so you should see some regression from them, you know, coming up as well. So yeah, you know, Oilers have the easier path to get in, but you know, looking at the teams, I just think the Rags are built, you know, to make a run, but they got to get in there somehow, some way.
Dude, so this will be nuts though, because I remember like years ago, it was Devils versus Rangers. Whoever, like, it was like the end of the year. Whoever wins that game made the playoffs or whatever between the two of them. It was like the craziest shit I've ever seen. So hopefully that happens again this year, because the way it's looking, if the Devils and the Rangers are doing exactly what they're doing right now, because the first two games of the year where they play each other were like absolute barn burners. You know what I mean? Like, I really hope it comes down to that. That'd be hockey porn. Imagine just like Rangers, Devils, like win or go home. You know what I mean? Like, you need 2 points.
Imagine a 7-game series with them.
Yeah, no, but like that'd be even crazy if it was a sudden death. Like it was like it was like, yo, like this is the last game of the season or something like that. This is the last division game of the season. Whoever wins like goes to the playoffs. Like, you know what I mean? Whoever book your fucking tea time.
Loser leaves town.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that'd be nasty. Imagine doing a neutral site too.
Well, like
they go down the Gallo. They play a Gallo.
Yeah.
Packed barn.
Yeah.
You're saying for like the last wild card spot or something like that?
Oh yeah, just to get in. Yeah, that'd be crazy because it's happened before. I've seen it before, like Rangers Devils, like years ago. It was crazy.
Yeah, that used to be a big time rivalry. I'd love to see. Yeah, I think that's starting to heat up again. Rivalries in the NHL have kind of been falling off. Like it used to be Bruins, Canadians. I don't even really consider that a rivalry anymore. Canadians are trash.
Yeah.
Devils, Rangers used to be a big one. Both those teams are on the up and coming, so I think that rivalry could kind of, you know, ignite the flame a little bit there with that. But it would be extremely disappointing for either of these teams to miss out in the playoffs after being in the Eastern Conference and Western Conference Finals last year, a game or two away from going to the Cup, and then you come back and just lay a stinker the next year. I mean, that would be heartbreaking for both those organizations.
Yeah, they pretty much have the same teams coming back too. You wouldn't
right?
Even,
yeah.
You wouldn't even think it.
Both teams like didn't lose much. They still got the core there. So
if anything, the Oilers gained. They got rid of fucking old man Jenkins in the crease, and they got Jack Campbell. So
Mike Smith.
Yeah. So you think they'd be better, but
hey, don't forget about the New York Islanders and that little rivalry, like that triangle.
Yeah.
The love triangle.
Yeah, the love triangle down there. Like the Islanders beat the they beat the Devils, was it? The other night.
Yeah. You picked that one, Snipsky. That was
Yeah.
last week. Yeah. They beat him pretty good, like 6-3 too.
Yeah, it's a mismatch. The Islanders just beat you up, you know.
Yeah,
and
Miles Wood died.
Yeah,
You see him get
Yeah, he
crushed?
did.
That was nuts.
Yeah, Devils are. I don't know if they're tough enough yet. We'll see.
All right. Before we move on, got a couple quick hitters. Seattle Kraken's Alexiak is going to be suspended for 3 games for his hit on Washington Capitals' Alexiev. Buffalo's Jeff Skinner also going to be suspended 3 games for his cross-check on Penguins' Guentzel. And then Gary Bettman projects that there's going to be $1 million cap increase for the NHL next year. And lastly, Vegas has placed forward Jack Eichel on the IR with a lower body injury. Any of those topics you boys want to touch on before we move on?
Yeah, I saw the Skinner hit. That was absolute scumbag central.
That was scumbag city. Yeah.
That was nuts. He literally just do you see it, Vinny?
No, I didn't.
Dude, so they're on the half boards. And I don't know what Guentzel did. The puck was just in his feet. Like he must have just been pissing him off. And then Skinner goes over and just like blatantly cross checks him in the neck. Like it was like lower, like below like the helmet neck
Actually,
area.
I might have.
It was brutal, dude. It was like one of the worst cross checks I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it was like wires crossed with Jeff Skinner. He's not a physical guy whatsoever.
Yeah, that's why it was like kind of weird.
He's
To
like
see that was pretty surprising. That was uncalled for. Cheap shot on Guentzel. Alexiak too, scumbag hit on Alexiev there. Yeah, just not what you want to see, and rightfully so. Those guys are gonna be sitting for the next 3 games.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so. You can't be doing that stuff, especially to the head. Like,
Yeah.
head injuries are no joke.
What's up with Eichel? You all done?
Yeah, lower body injury.
IR. Jeez.
Yeah,
I
he's
know
gonna be
we-
out
I-
for some time.
Yeah,
on the
I knew he
IR.
was hurt for a little bit, but they were like saying I saw it online that it was like, oh, he's coming back, and then it's just on the IR now. I don't know what that is. He's always getting hurt, not like every year.
Yeah, because he had to wear a bubble because he got hit in the face too. He's just being getting hurt all the
Is
time.
he just like mailing it in for the playoffs? He's like, we're gonna be good.
LTIR and then pick someone up.
Yeah, they downplayed that big time. It was like he's day to day,
Yeah.
he's gonna be back, and then all of a sudden IR kind of out of nowhere. I just think with the hot start Vegas has had, they're in a good spot right now, first in their division. I think they're kind of like, yo, Eichel, like, take some time, get back to 100% because we're gonna need you if we want to make a playoff run. So no sense playing him if he's banged up, and then the injuries just get worse. So I think it's just precautionary right now.
Yeah, 5-5 in the last 10.
Yeah. They're hurting without him, though. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the key guy. He's the glue guy on that team. Without him, they're not as dominant as a team as
Yeah,
they've been. So they're going to need him back soon.
Scores all their goals.
Yo, do you see
Yeah.
that kid Corey? His name's Corey Cotter, right? The kid on the Knights. He's been sick.
Paul, isn't
Oh,
it?
Paul Cotter. That's
Paul
what it is.
Cotter.
Paul Cotter.
Cotter, yeah.
Yeah,
he
he's
came
been
out of nowhere.
he's
He was
been
buzzing.
nasty, dude. He played sick against the Bees the first time they played us.
Yeah, they have a ton of rando guys like that, unheard of, not household names, and you're just like, damn, where the hell do they pick these guys up from? Like they're loaded.
Yeah, like they probably went to the casino and they saw him. They're like, "Hey, man, play hockey?" He's like,
Yeah, right.
He's like, "Yeah." He's like, he's on
Dude,
the
just
blackjack
playing
table.
Yeah, he's playing the penny slots, just
Yeah.
with the old ladies.
Yeah, he's cross-eyed on the blackjack table, like cussing out the dealer because the dealer just hit 21. They're like, "Oh, this is a hockey guy. Sign him up."
Yeah, right? Yeah. He takes the dealer and just grabs his shirt and twists it up. He's like, "All right, this guy's a hockey guy."
As he's getting thrown out.
Yeah.
Bruce is there just in the background, like, "Hey, bud, you want to suit up for the Knights next game?"
Hey, bud, nice Tilly. Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah, he's sipping a Jack and Coke, just like barely sipping it.
Bruce definitely rips the casinos out in Vegas.
He 100% does. He looks like He looks like a degenerate gambler.
Oh yeah.
yeah, he's a beast.
All right, let's get a little Mass high school hockey roundup. So the season kicked off last week, and there was some big matchups across the state. Let's start with D1. Number 2 ranked Catholic Memorial opened up the season with a dominant 9-0 win over number 19 Falmouth. So you guys know where CM's playing their home games nowadays?
Where?
Where?
Warrior Arena.
That's
wow,
sick.
that's some
nasty.
pricey. That's some pricey.
Imagine getting
hockey.
pumped 9-0 there. I'd be pissed.
I mean, playing on Warrior's sick though, dude. Like just driving by that rink when you're going into town, you're like, damn, dude. Like imagine skating on that. But the fact they get to play their home games there is unreal.
No, but imagine driving down the Mass Pike and you're like, oh, that's where I lost 9-0. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's where I got
Yeah.
pantsed.
Well, I guess that's good for those Falmouth kids because they're probably not up in the Boston area.
Yeah, right.
And another D1 matchup. It was number 13 ranked Central Catholic. They skated to a 2-2 tie with unranked Malden Catholic. Any comments on those D1 games from the past week?
I'm just shocked at Malden Catholic. Like it just like blows my mind that they're not even ranked.
Yeah. I mean, that was remembering how dominant that program was. I don't see how they fall off like that. I mean, I guess it's high standards when you win 4 state championships in 4 years. But yeah, the fact that like not even ranked in D1 anymore, like what happened over there? Was it a coaching change or something? Yeah, just weird.
They stopped paying their players.
Yeah, no, it was Ben Hanover graduated.
He was recruiting all of them. That bastard. But yeah, those are the only D1 teams in action from the past week. There'll be plenty more teams lacing them up this week. Let's move on to D2, where number 7 Silver Lake started the season with a 6-4 win over Rockland. Number 3 Canton had an impressive 3-2 overtime win over Division I Lincoln Sudbury, who's actually ranked 15th in D1. And number 2 Duxbury skated to a 4-4 tie with another D1 team, St. John Shrewsbury. What are your thoughts on those results, boys?
I mean, it shows how nasty Canton is. They just beat a D1 team that's like top 20.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I was talking to Nolan Green. I think it was last night about it. They were just talking about high school hockey and everything. And I'm like, Canton's like really that good, huh? He's like, yeah, dude, they're nasty. They had like they had like 2 years where they didn't like lose a game or something like that, right? Something crazy.
That's absurd.
Yeah,
Canton's just growing them out there, huh? They're just
something in the water in Canton.
It just doesn't stop over there.
Yeah, they produce some decent hockey players to say the least. Yeah, that's impressive. Beating a top 20 D1 team. Same thing with Duxbury, hanging in with another D1 team, St. John Shrewsbury. I've heard their name in the mix. And, dude, still shocks me that Silver Lake's top 10, number 7. Yeah. I mean, winning 6-4 over Rockland isn't impressive. Rockland's like a D4 team, D3. But, hey, they're top 10 for a reason. So watch out. What are they, the Lakers? Watch out for the Lakers this year.
Yeah, the reason why it was probably 6-4 though is because they probably couldn't stay out of the box. I know that's how Silver Lake likes to play.
Dude, they were always chippy, always a bitch to play against.
They were probably up 3-0, and they probably just like took penalties for no reason, and like it was close. Yeah,
even if you beat them, they beat up on you, like just slashing in the wrist or like hitting you up in the chin. Yeah, basically, they had football players on skates when we played them, like no doubt about it.
Maybe get a spit on your window.
There was a lot of teams that we played that were like that.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of like that too, but we were a little more skilled.
Yeah, but yeah, Silver Lake's looking like a new and improved pro in there, top 10. So yeah, I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on the Lakers this year. They might be a dark horse. Canton being the champs from last year and being ranked number 3 in the preseason's a little questionable. I'd be a little disrespected if I was Canton. I feel a little disrespected. So not that they need any more motivation, but might have put a chip on their shoulder, and they might be going for the repeat back to back.
Yeah, hopefully that'd be sick.
They lose some seniors or something. Is that?
I mean, they must have, but they always replace those guys somehow. They always got like a young core of studs that are freshmen, sophomores that come onto the scene hot and just kind of catch you by surprise. So yeah, you can't sleep on Canton.
They just come out of the factory in Canton.
Yeah. The D3 was lively in action this week. A lot of games in D3 in the top 10. Number 10, Essex Tech, never even heard of them, started the season with a 6-1 win over the North Quincy boys. Number 6, West Springfield beat up on Long Meadow 5-1. Number 4, Linfield snagged a 4-1 win over Amesbury. Number 5, Danvers is off to a scorching start. They beat Peabody Saugus 11-1. Followed that up with a 3-1 win over Greater Lowell / Neshoba Tech, and then they tied Lunenburg / Air Shirley 1-1. And then number 1 ranked Scituate split a pair of games, beating Norwood 5-3, but lost to their neighboring rival Norwell 4-3 in the finals of the Jim Gormley Cup down in Gallo. What do you guys think about those D3 results? A lot of action this week.
Yeah, it's disappointing hearing the boys, NQ boys, taking a tough loss, but that's how it goes, man. That's how it goes sometimes. You got to learn from your mistakes and just move on. I know they're playing Hanover next game, so that's going to be a tough test too. So
it's a tough start to the season.
Yeah, but like that's what you got to do. I didn't know Essex Tech was number 10, so that kind of makes sense that it was a tough game, but
hey, neither did Coach Gibba, because I was talking to him. I was like, oh, who you guys got on Saturday? He's like, Essex Tech. I'm like, who the hell is that? He's like, I don't even know. They reached out to us, and he's like, that's never a good sign when a team reaches out and wants to play you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, damn, you guys might be in for one.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know they were 10. Yeah, because I was talking to assistant coach Joe Zappi. He gave me all the inside scoop. So he's not happy. They want to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
that's the culture.
Yeah, like the old time culture. Keep it up.
Yeah. Yeah, tough to get a read on some of those North Shore and Western Mass teams, because we never really heard of those teams growing up. Linfield, West Springfield. Danvers was always in the mix, so it doesn't surprise me that they're off to a good start. A little surprised the number 1 Scituate split a pair to start the season. I guess that will lead us into our D4 results, where number 1 Norwell began their redemption tour. They beat Sandwich 4-1 in a rematch of last year's semifinals, and then beat Scituate, who is a top D3 team, 4-3 to win that Gormley Cup. Defending champs Sandwich were slow out the gates. They lost to Norwell 4-1, and then they skated to a 5-5 tie with Norwood. And newly ranked number 7 Abington is looking to make some noise. They rinsed Blue Hills 10-1 to start the season. What are your boys' thoughts on the D4 matchups?
I always forget that Blue Hills has a hockey team. But
I know.
No, but yeah, that's cool. Like the Norwell boys, putting on big win against them.
Low redemption for them. Must have felt good.
Yeah, 100%.
Revenge is always sweet.
But yeah, Blue Hills, I remember them when we were in high school. Like, they were like kind of decent, but then they'd have like one line of kids who had like 60 points apiece. And I remember us always talking like, what if we all just went and played for Blue Hills up the street and then just were a wagon and won a D4 state championship?
We talked about that all the time. Like we'd just be like in the Jeep Wrangler just packing a dip at the Doba and be like, dude, imagine we played at Blue Hills. I think we brought it up like once a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys would be putting up like 100-point seasons.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we're just putting up like 50 points a season because we play a bunch of nobodies in the regular season. Would have been legends.
Yeah, you guys could be all-time leading scorers there.
Yeah, they're like, oh, who's this absolute wagon, Blue Hills?
There's always one kid on one of those teams, and he's half decent, and he legit lights it up.
Yeah, and then you just look at their stats, you're like, Jesus, who's like this number 9 kid who's got like 50 points?
Yeah, and then like that happened, I think, at North once when there was a kid. We played like one of the like D4 teams, and the kid had like 50 points or something, or like 100 career points, and we were like, what? And then we found out he just played in like D4, so he's just crapping on everyone. Yeah, and, we were like, oh, okay.
he never
You're like, oh, this kid must be nasty, and then you see him out there, and you just shut him down. You're like, that makes sense. That makes sense.
He's never been backchecked at once in his whole entire life.
No,
he doesn't even know what a backcheck feels like.
They play half their schedule against Perkins School of the Blind.
Yeah, real.
But yeah, that's the action from Mass High School hockey this week. We'll continue to keep you up to date on the results from across the state. Looking forward to a good season of high school hockey, and there's going to be a lot of hockey to play. So we know what it's like for Mass High School. It's entertaining to say the least. All right, we're going to move on to our next segment, and that's our Hockey Guy of the Week. We're each going to nominate one person we feel is deserving to be the Hockey Guy of the Week. Bob, we'll start with you. Who's your nominee this week?
I have a couple guys in mind, but I'm going to go with Yermir Yager. He just comes out of retirement just to help out the boys. Dishes 2 apples in the meantime. dude, he owns the team, and then he just like, all right, I guess we're short guys. I'll just hop out there, fuck it, and just getting the 2 assists, and then I mean, like this is how much of a savage he is. Like it just like him playing, further like, what's the word? Like he like disqualifies him to become a Hall of Famer. He has to wait until like 2026 now.
Yeah.
So like him doing that's like so
Oh,
boss.
because he's still playing.
Yeah, he's just like such a boss
he doesn't give
move.
a shit about that.
Yeah, because he knows he's a Hall of
shit.
Famer. He doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a shoo-in.
Yeah. How about you, Vinny? What's yours?
But dude, how old is Yager now? Is he 50?
Yeah. He's 50. My bad. I didn't.
Holy shit, dude.
Did you hear us, Go?
How's he still lacing him up?
Go. Can you hear us?
Dude, yeah, I hear you guys loud and clear.
I thought we cut it out. My bad.
Yeah. How's he still lacing him up?
I don't know, dude. It's crazy. Yeah, I think he's in his 50s.
That's ridiculous. I saw that and I was like, oh, like Yager's playing again. I'm like, dude, this guy just he can't put down the stick. And then, but I read up more on like why he played and how they had like a virus going through the team and everything, and they were short guys. And I didn't know who's the owner of that team either. And he's just like, fuck it, I'm hopping in there, and he gets 2 assists. He's an absolute legend, dude.
Yeah, no, that's such a boss move. Like it's just the fact that he just like he definitely knew about the whole Hall of Fame thing too, and he's just like, I don't even care.
Oh,
That's
yeah, he's going to get
unbelievable. I didn't know that. I didn't know that DQs him for the Hall of Fame for another extended period of time.
Yeah, because it's it's considered professional.
Yeah, so it's it's a 4-year like ban or a 4-year like recycle period. So like
wait period. Yeah.
2026 will be his next like eligibility or something.
Yeah, he'll be in. He can wait. He doesn't care.
Yeah,
he might as well play some more games.
I know.
It.
Yeah, if I was him, I'll just finish out the season if I was him.
Might as well. I mean, 2 assists. He's like 2 points per game right now.
Yeah, right.
It's like he never left.
Yeah.
Snipsky, who you got for your hockey guy of the week?
So this is definitely not like what Bob said, but the guy who got his finger bit off at the Bruins Coyotes game. That's my hockey guy of the week.
What? I didn't hear about this.
Yeah. You know that brawl?
Yeah, fill me in.
Yeah,
I saw the brawl.
Yeah. So he was arrested. Well, somebody was arrested for biting off his finger. I guess he was like you couldn't see like it like in the video, but yeah, he was transported to the his name is Steven Roca. His finger thought it was impossible to identify him in the video, but he was transported to the hospital. The fan who did the biting was arrested for aggravated assault, while 5 others were given citations for their respective roles in the melee. A police officer was also injured trying to break up the fight.
Wow.
Dude.
I couldn't believe I saw that was real when I was watching that. That reminded me of North Quincy versus Mansfield sophomore year in the state playoffs when our fans started fighting after the game.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was like probably the craziest thing I've ever seen. No, but the craziest part of that fight, other than like obviously like nothing's gonna top like biting someone's fucking finger off, but you see the girl get rocked.
Yeah,
dude, she got rocked,
lit up.
Dude, she was just like trying to like whatever. She's like, stop, and the guy like you can tell he like saw it was a woman, grabbed her and just rocked her, and then she kind of ate it though. She like fell over and then she got up. She was like holding her face and she was like looking around like anyone just see that? Like it was so crazy. That's so nuts. Someone's finger got bit off though. That is so nuts.
I didn't even hear about that part. That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
I mean, dude,
it's nuts.
Dude, these massholes, man, they travel everywhere. They're across the country. They're worldwide.
They probably took a
fact,
party bus.
All the way to Mullet Arena.
Dude,
just pre-gaming for 3 days straight.
They got picked up at the Atlantic Middle School parking lot and then just went from there.
Doesn't it like make so much sense that it was at Mullet Arena? Like it makes so much sense that it wouldn't happen anywhere else other than the college campus. Like
you didn't see security for a good like 2 minutes either.
Oh,
like it was just all out. Yeah. Melee, and then finally a security guy comes in, dives on top of the pile, and just starts like pinning people down. It's like that guy's probably like, I don't get paid enough for this shit.
Yeah, dude, it's a college arena, dude. It's probably like volunteer like security guards. There's probably like little
campus police.
Yeah, there's probably little girls just like throwing up in like trash barrels and just like holding up their hair. And then he looks over and sees a brawl. He's like, oh, geez, I gotta go do my job. Fuck.
Well, yeah, they pay.
Someone's finger gets bit off.
Yeah,
He's like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they pay $20 to get in. You think the Coyotes they can't afford to stay in an arena? You think they have money to afford to pay people to do stuff?
G.I. Joe.
Yeah. A lot of money, at least.
This might be a stupid question, but they sell booze at those games, right?
Yeah,
I know some college venues don't, so I didn't know if that applies, but they must sell booze, right?
Yeah,
No,
I'm sure.
dude. Are you sure?
Funny, yeah.
Are you saying that? Are you trying to say that the guy that bit the guy's finger off was sober?
Yeah, I mean, could have snuck some nips in or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't act
definitely.
like you haven't been there.
I've definitely been there.
Yeah, that's true.
Dude, that looked like a Saturday night down at Dorset Hall in Dorche.
There'd be a couple fingers on the ground.
I would love to catch a game at Mullet Arena just for the experience. Start a couple scraps.
Do it for the pod, dude. We need to get it viral.
Got to do it some way, right?
Yeah. Kick someone's teeth
All
in.
right. I'll give you guys my hockey guy of the week. It's more of a feel-good one, and it's we talked about him last week. It's Chris Letang. So after suffering his second stroke of his career, Chris Letang returned to the ice for the Penguins against the Sabres on Saturday after missing only 5 games, and he led the team in ice time with 22 minutes and recorded 7 hits that night. I mean, his previous stroke, he was out for over 2 months. And this isn't like a message to players out there like, oh, suck it up and play. Like Letang just played after having a stroke. Like, no, don't do that. Like, if you're hurt and it's not safe for you to play, then don't play. I mean, clearly Letang went through multiple tests and got the clearance that he's good to go. But it just shows how much of a warrior that Chris Letang is. He's won 3 Stanley Cups. He's had continued success in the league for over a decade for a reason. And that's why he's my hockey guy of the week.
Yeah, and also it shows like how good a team doctors they have. It just shows how far along we are with science that you can just. He's like, oh, like the thing is, also he already had a stroke, so already knew how it felt to have the symptoms and everything leading up to a stroke. So he went in there and was like, yo, something's not good, and then just checked him, and then just caught it right then and there. And and it's nuts. He just went back out there and played not too long after. So, I mean, hats off to him.
It's like he didn't even miss a beat either, dude. 22 minutes time on ice, 7 hits, He didn't give a shit, dude. He's like, I don't care if I just had a stroke, dude. I'm out here playing hockey.
Yeah, just brushed off a stroke real quick. Crazy.
I mean, I saw that he was skating a week later, non-contact. I'm like, oh, that's great to hear. And then next thing you know, he's in the lineup, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, he's playing? It's nuts. It shows how much he wants to win, dude. The Pens were hot without him. They were 4-0-1, but he's like, I gotta get back out there.
Yeah, right. Well, it's the last dance technically, so he doesn't want to miss any games.
Yeah, he's 35 too, and he's locked up for the next 5 to 6 years. He's a pen for.
I mean, yeah, he is he's just been a staple in that defense for so long. So I can see why they signed him for it.
Yeah, he means so much to that organization. He's a Pittsburgh legend through and through. All right, those are our hockey guy of the week nominees. We'll throw it up on social media and have the fans vote who they think's deserving of the hockey guy of the week. All right, let's get into our final segment, the weekly gambling corner. To update you on last week's record, Snipsky led the pack 3-2. Bob and I were dog shit, 1-4. Honestly, lucky to even get a win, for me at least. Could have easily been 0-5 week. It was ugly. I think I started out 0-4, and I snuck out a win late in the week. Big for you boys in the standings, but yeah, overall, got to be better.
Yeah, for me, it was a kick in the dick, dude. I started off 1-0 and then just see ya. 4 in a row after.
Just got your hopes up, oh, this is the week. This is a big week, and then just 4 straight loses.
Yeah, I took a good pick to go 1-0 too. I picked Rangers over Vegas, and I was like, oh, word, I might have it this week. I might have it this week. Let's go, and then just rest of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew the lead. I mean, what was you gonna say?
No, it's all you, Snipsky.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, when that Leafs game came up, and I knew I had the Leafs, I was like, tonight's the night. I had a good feeling. They blew doors that night.
Tonight's the night I will die for you. That's what Vinny was saying.
Yeah, no, no one knows this, but I have a Mitch Marner jersey in my closet. I put it on that night. and I like got on my knees and prayed in front of the laptop.
Then he put on his mascara and his lipstick.
Yeah.
Tonight's the night I'll die for you.
Yeah,
Hey,
I get
whatever.
wicked emo.
Whatever it takes to get a win, man. Whatever it takes. But no, what sucked is like each night, like the games we had bet on, my pick came up. I was like, I hate this pick. Like looking back on them, I wish I could switch, but that's tough, dude. We preview these games a week out in advance. It's tough to predict sometimes, how teams are going to be playing coming into the game, who's in net. So yeah, I had a bad feeling all last week. Like every matchup, I'm like, damn, I don't like this pick. Like, so, it is what it is. Going to look to bounce back this week.
Yeah, dude,
So,
there's a couple
to update
times
you-
I did that shit.
Yeah, it's there's no worse feeling when you're just like, yeah, this is a loser. The puck hasn't even dropped yet, and you just have like a bad gut feeling that you're in for one that night.
You see who was in net, you're like, oh Jesus, dude, like,
Yeah, you're like,
come
come
on,
on.
I'm fucked.
All right, to update you all on the Evander Kane standings, I still remain in first at 19 and 19, hitting at 50%. Bob's still in second, 16 and 19, 46%. And Snipsky made some leeway. He's 16 and 20, 44%. So you guys only 3 games back of me. So, this week could really shake things up. I know I've been saying it, but it's hard to be, to win consistently in this. So we're going to see some lose streaks happen sooner than later. All right, let's highlight our first game of the week. It will be on Wednesday, December 14th. This game will be on TNT. It's the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Minnesota Wild. Snipsky, you were hot last week. We'll start with you. Red Wings Wild, who do you got?
So I am gonna take the Wild. I heard Nedeljkovic is gonna be starting tomorrow night. So that's a red flag, I think, for the Red Wings. The Wild are hot right now. Had a big win last night against the Oilers, I think, and that's my pick.
In
Bob,
conclusion,
who do you got?
in conclusion, that's my pick. I kind of want to roll with Snipsky here, because Nedeljkovic does kind of stink. He has a 4 goals against with an 880 save percentage, but Fleury hasn't really been doing that well either. I don't know. I might go over here. I'm gonna hit the over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over here. I don't like both these goaltenders, and this game can go either way. So I'm gonna just go with the over. I don't really like going over like my first pick though, because I didn't do good last week, but just gotta roll with it.
Yeah, I don't like it, Bob. I'm going to be siding with you, and we both sucked last week, so this might not be good. But I'm also going to go with the over. Wings are currently losing right now, 1-0 to the Canes. They have not been good lately, the Wings. I was big on them. I was betting them a lot early in the season. I've been staying away from them just because I haven't liked how they've been playing. Minnesota's been hot. I think they've won 8 out of their last 10. But, the Wings can always surprise you, and I just hate betting against the Wings because they're scrappy, and if I bet against them and they win, I'm like, I knew it. Shouldn't have went against the Wings.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the over, especially after Snipsky said Nedeljkovic is in net. Wings are on a back-to-back, too, so I don't like them pulling out a win in Minnesota tomorrow, but I think there'll be goals. I think there's going to be goals for sure. Minnesota's been burying the puck lately. Red Wings have not been great defensively. Nedeljkovic, I don't see him standing on his head. So, Bob, I'm joining you. I'm going with the over.
Yeah, Coco, if it all goes to hell, we'll just go on to the sunset together. We'll go down. We'll go down together.
We'll write a little goodbye note to the people, and we'll just walk off in the sunset.
Yeah,
off the Totem Bridge.
and then Vinny, it'll just be called the Vinny Cameron Podcast, and then we'll just call it.
No, just be
Snipsky
like
one-man
like
show.
the high slot with Snipsky.
Yeah. High slot Snipsky. All right, moving on to Thursday, December 15th. We got the Pittsburgh Penguins traveling down south to take on the Florida Panthers. Bob, we'll start with you. Penguins, Panthers, which way you leaning here?
I love the Pens right now. Love them, but I think they're kind of due for a loss because they've won 6 in a row. And the Panthers have been looking pretty good. Because I've been looking at their schedule. I mean, they lost 5-2 last night to the. Actually, no, I was looking at the wrong team. Never mind. Jesus, they look like shit. Never mind. Never mind. Like whatever I just said, forget it. I'm going Pens. Because I must have been looking at the wrong team for a second.
Hey, Bo, you just cut out that the little sound before that and just Pens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was looking at the wrong team. That was crazy. I pressed literally the wrong team. No, but I'll go Pens here.
Bob. I'm
No,
on the
dude.
Pens too.
No.
This could be bad. This could be real bad. But I'm on the Pens too. I've been fading the Panthers practically all year and been making some decent money off of it because the Panthers are always favorites or like barely underdogs, so you can usually get a good line on the opposing team. Panthers 4-4-2 in their last 10. They've lost 2 in a row. They're beating up on the Blue Jackets tonight, which everyone could have predicted that. But there's a certain someone on Twitter. He puts out like his power ranking top 10s. I'm not going to drop names, and he's had the Panthers in his top 10 like every week. And
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
know
dude,
exactly what you're talking about.
I'm like, are you even watching hockey, dude? How can you
Yeah.
be putting the Panthers in your top 10 in the NHL when they're fucking 6th in the Atlantic Division? That is the worst take I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to continue my trend, fading the Panthers. I'm going to go with the Pens. I don't think the Panthers are a great team this year. They shook things up, and they really haven't been able to find a move. Penguins could be due for a loss, don't get me wrong, but the way they're playing right now, dude, I think they should take care of business in Florida and take out the Panthers. So I'm also on the Pens. Snipsky, over to you.
I saw a power ranking today where like Panthers were like ranked like 23rd. So
They should be.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
like 23rd or something. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, it does make sense because I still think that they lost that trade with Calgary big time. Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from picking a team here, and I'm just gonna take the over.
That's a good play as well. I like the over in this one too. But yeah, I'm gonna go Pens. I think Pens get it done. I love fading the Panthers. I'm gonna continue that trend.
Vinny with the fade. If he's fading you and me, and then you and me just riding together.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a
We'll see.
disaster.
Let's see how it pays off.
It
Nah, we
can
can't
either
make it
bite
not
Vinny in the ass
consensus.
or like, are we just like whatever? But
Yeah, no, I'm not going consensus Penguins. It just seems
too
Yeah,
obvious.
it could be too easy.
yeah.
All right, heading into the weekend here. We got a Friday. Friday slates are always the worst in the NHL. There's only like 2 or 3 games. Doesn't make any sense to me. But we got a good game on Friday, December 16th. It's the St. Louis Blues heading up north to take on the Calgary Flames. Blues, Flames. I'll start with this one. Flames, I was huge on them. Man. I said they're my preseason Stanley Cup winner, and they just haven't been it. Haven't been it whatsoever. I've been really, really disappointed in this Flames team. They've looked like dog shit. They lost to someone brutal the other night. Who was it? It was a game they absolutely should not have lost. It was against
Montreal.
They lost to the Canadians. Yeah, the friggin' lowly Canadians. They lost to them 2-1 in a shooty. The offense for Calgary has been nowhere to be found. Markstrom he's terrible. I don't even know what else to say about him. He just stinks. Tanev too. He took a shot to the face the other night. He left that game. He's a tough bastard though. I think he'll be back for Friday, but I just can't go with the Flames. I also hate what I'm seeing from the Blues. So I'm gonna go with the over here. I'm really just gonna hope and pray that there's some goals. Markstrom has stunk. Bennington has stunk. Oh, give me goals in this one. I'm going over in the Flames Blues game. Snipsky, who you got?
I am I think I'm gonna take the Flames. I know, yeah, just what you said.
Yeah.
From what I'm looking at, the Flames got the better goaltending right now. And the Flames I think they're just not getting enough production up front, and they need to start scoring some more goals and finishing these games.
I mean, the first week or two of the season, the Flames looked like
They're bad
an
on the
absolute
road.
wagon. I was like, lock them in for Stanley Cup right now, hammering the odds on the Flames to win the Cup the first couple weeks, and ever since then it's been all downhill.
Yeah,
They've been awful.
they're bad on the
So-
road. They're like 3-6 and
Is
3
it?
and
Yeah.
6 on the road. They're good at home though. They're 10-5 at home.
Yeah, they take care of business in the Saddle Dome.
Yeah,
But
it's
they
tough
need to start
place.
turning things around because they're making my preseason Stanley Cup prediction look like shit. So they need to figure it out. So I hope they win, and I hope it goes over. Bob, who you got?
I was in between 2 picks, and you helped me out because I'm definitely not trying. I'm not doing another consensus with you. I was gonna go over, but I'm just gonna do Flames money line because Vladar's projected goalie, and Grice is the projected
He's
goalie.
been flame. Bedard's been. Or what's his name? Fucking
Vladar.
Vladar.
Vladar. He's been better than
Yeah,
Markstrom.
he's
all
been
year.
playing good. Yeah, so
Yeah,
I
have
like
more
I like
confidence
that
in
goalie
Vladar.
matchup. I like the goalie matchup.
Yeah, Darth Vader. I like him. He's a former Bruin. He wasn't bad. He's a moose. He's like 6'8" or something.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's got a lot of potential. He wouldn't be surprised he takes over the starting gig from Markstrom there with the way he's been playing.
Yeah, Markstrom stinks.
All right, couple games for this weekend, then we'll wrap it up. We got Saturday, December 17th. This game will be on NHL Network for those of you who want to tune in. It's the Toronto Maple Leafs going down to D.C., taking on the Washington Capitals. The Leafs, Caps. Bob, we'll start with you. Who do you got in this one?
These are two projected the projected goalies are Matt Murray and Charlie Lindgren, and Lindgren's been looking good. He won Rookie of the Week or something, or Player of the Week, or
Player of the Week, first star. Yeah,
that's what it was. Yeah, I don't know if it was Rookie of the Week or Player of the Week, but yeah, he's been pretty good. But you know what? I'm gonna go on a limb here. I'm gonna go Caps because the Caps are pretty good at home. I think, right? Oh no, you're smiling at me.
Yeah.
No,
8-4-1 at home.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew I read
That
that
was my
earlier.
pick. That was my pick, but I might be changing it.
Yeah.
Snipsky, you go. I need a couple minutes.
Yeah. Yo, it's funny. We're all on. I'm on a different vibe. I'm going with the Leafs. Good road team, and they're both both on long winning streaks right now. And the Caps are not sustainable. Going against this Leafs team that just kind of beats you down.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I was definitely leaning Caps here because I figured Toronto's due for a loss, and Caps have they've been actually playing pretty well, especially on home ice. They're kind of fighting to get back in the playoff mix. I think this is going to be a playoff type game. I think it's going to be gritty. I don't think these teams like each other very much. I'm going to go with the under in this one. I hate it, but I'm going to go with the under because I don't want to be on the same size Bob again.
He's
I'm
bringing
gonna
the sixer of old duels. Yo, Coco,
Yeah.
I'll bring the old duels over and I'll hold Franny while you're sweating
Let's
out the
go.
under.
I love it. Yeah. Probably won't even tune into this one. We'll just put on the notifications, go to bed, and wake up in the morning hoping it hits.
Yeah, right.
But Murray and Lindgren both been playing well, and I think the Leafs have been sound defensively. We talked about that early in the pod, and yeah, the Caps just like to kind of beat you up and beat you down. So I think we have a low scoring one here, 3-2, 2-1. I'll take an under here.
No, I can see that because I don't think like the Leafs, like most of their games are not really going over from what I've seen because
Yeah.
they have good goaltending, good defense, and they put up like 2 or 3 goals or something like that. 4 goals maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, I think two defensively sound teams. Give me the under. It's not pretty, but hey, if it pays, it plays. All right, last game of the week. It's Sunday, December 18th. We got the Winnipeg Jets taking on the Seattle Kraken. I'll start us off here. I've been riding the Jets. Honestly, the Jets are really good, but they're really good at home. They haven't showed it as much on the road. I'm going to be smoking crack on Sunday. I'm going with the Kraken. Give me the Crackheads.
Damn.
Money line.
Damn, I wanted to smoke crack.
I'm legit a crackhead right now.
Damn, I really wanted to smoke crack, Coco. Should I smoke it with you?
Join the party, man. It's always a good time smoking crack.
You got some good crank over there? Yeah.
The best.
I'll-
Cape Cod's
You can't
finest.
just sit in the same room and not smoke crack.
because
a
the
fact.
projected goalies are Riddick and Jones. And Riddick sucks.
Yeah, I'm looking at that too. Yeah, especially if Rick's in that. Give me the cracks.
Yeah, the Kraken have a lot of injuries though, low key. Actually, not really. I mean, they got a lot of D out, but yeah, I'm smoking crack.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I knew it. Can't resist. Once a crackhead, always a crackhead.
Yep.
Right?
Just a little taste. That's all you
Just
need.
a little taste. He
That's all you
said,
A
need.
little bit.
nasty.
Just a little hit.
I'm just like itching. I'm like itching over here. I'm like, fuck. When are the Kraken playing? Need my fix.
Snipsky, you making this a consensus or?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Vinny's
I'll
only
do it.
loss
I'll
of the
do it.
week.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Vinny's going to be 4-1 now. He just took a bet
Yeah,
with
it
him.
would be it'd be easy just to take the Jets because the Jets have been playing pretty well, but I'll ride the crack wave.
Let's go. The
Ben,
boys are smoking crack
I don't think
on Sunday. Buckle up.
I don't think we've picked a crack game all year. Have we?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think we have.
Yeah, I was waiting. Couldn't wait.
You can't pass up the opportunity to smoke some crack. That's for sure.
Yeah, dude. You can't go through life without smoking a little crack.
Yo, we make this this a real. It's gonna someone's gonna like press the sound and be like smoking crack.
Yeah.
Like, what are they talking about smoking crack?
What's wrong with smoking a little crack, dude? A little crack's never hurt anyone.
And it really hasn't, dude.
Just a little. I'm not telling you to go nuts.
Yeah. It's just like a little hit, dude. Like, that doesn't really hurt
Yeah, a
anyone.
little crack here and there never hurt.
little puff the magic dragon.
A little microdose of crack.
Yeah, don't threaten me with a good time. All right, that's our weekly game corner. Bob and I especially going to be looking to bounce back. Snipsy's going to look to stay hot, hopefully to give you some winners this week. All right, before we sign off, as always, we got to turn it over to Bob here to educate us with his fun fact of the day. So, Bob, why don't you take us away?
So the U.S. Treasury once printed $100,000 bills. Between December 18th, 1934 and January 9th, 1935, the notes were Woodrow Wilson's face, and they were issued to the Federal Reserve but never went out to the general public. So the reason why because they were too big of bills, obviously. Like, imagine carrying around $100,000 bill.
That'd kind of be nuts.
And imagine losing that. Like, imagine just like being like, you lose $1 fight, you're like, oh fuck, that sucks.
Yeah.
But dude, imagine $100,000. You just like you find it on the ground at the hockey rink at Quincy Youth or something, like in the crack of like a fucking bench. You're like, oh my god, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, that's fucking
you
nuts.
have to look both ways and be like,
Yeah.
make sure you ain't being set up first. And then like
Yeah,
once you grab for it, someone's gonna jump you.
Some little kid finds it. He's like, mommy, I found $1 bill. She's like, that ain't $1 bill. What the fuck?
Yeah. She like picks up the kid, runs out. Like,
Yeah. She's like, that's sending us to Cancun this summer.
yeah, right. Yeah, no, we get
Sending
it.
you to college.
It's like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, right. It's like you get it. And you're like, oh, I think they're cracking a plane tonight. But they'll throw that down, smoke some crack.
Yeah, throw the $100,000 on some crack.
Yeah, I'm gonna put money line on the crack and crack.
Yeah. Imagine just some like idiot is like carrying around their life savings in their wallet and with $100,000 bill and then just loses it. So, yeah, I lost my savings. Like, oh, what'd you make like a big bet? He's like, nah, I just lost my wallet.
No, I took $100,000 out of the ATM and just lost my wallet. It's like, what, dude? Like, what are you, an idiot?
But what was the point of that? Was that for like inflation or something?
I don't.
Why'd they do that?
Well, back in the 30s was the Depression, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Trying
probably
to
what.
boost the economy, ripping out
Yeah.
$100,000 bills.
Yeah, it wasn't like Woodrow Wilson like not a good president either.
Dude, that's what I thought. That's why I started laughing when you said
Yeah.
Woodrow Wilson. I'm not a big history guy. I don't know if anyone out there is, but is that like a joke? Like putting Woodrow Wilson on?
Yeah, I think Woodrow Wilson's like the woke president, right? I think he's one of them.
I have no idea.
Maybe because like he was the president for the Depression, like during the Depression, I'm sure, like the mid 30s. It said 1934 and 1935 is when they printed those dollar bills. Oh, the $100,000 bills.
He was president from 1913 to 1921.
Oh, never mind then. Oh, that makes sense then. That makes sense because because they wouldn't put his face on the thing if he was a president.
Yeah.
Currently.
He was the president during World War I then.
Yeah, he was.
Wow,
Yeah.
we suck at history.
What are you talking about? I just said that.
well, me and Coco literally thought he was the
I'm
president during the Depression.
Oh, Jesus, dude. He won the Nobel Peace Prize.
Never mind, dude. What the hell are we talking
He
about?
won the
Jesus.
Sportsmanship Award.
Yeah, they gave it to him.
He's a good guy.
Damn. I guess I got to brush up on my history, dude. That's I go to school and shit. I should probably know that.
Yikes, that makes us look bad. Yeah, as you can tell, not history guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he established the Federal Reserve.
Oh, that's
And
why.
Wait, no, he's a scumbag. He initiated modern income tax.
Oh, there you go. I knew it.
Dude, he's a rat.
What a rat.
What a scumbag. He's also the first Democrat to win 2 consecutive terms in the White House since Andrew Jackson. Yeah, screw that guy, dude.
Yeah, no.
He came up with income tax. That's why we're losing so much out of our paychecks. Screw that.
Nah, yeah, I'm all set on
I'm
that.
out on Woodrow Wilson.
Dude,
Oh,
I was honestly like, damn, we just completely just shit on a guy that like didn't deserve it. But now that you brought that up, okay.
What's he winning the Nobel Peace Prize for?
Dude, you can win it for like, dude,
Yeah.
fucking Adolf Hitler almost won a Nobel Peace Prize.
The piece he's smoking the crack out of.
That's the participation trophy. They're just giving that out to anyone.
Yeah, right. Crazy.
Yeah, there was like only like 1 million people on Earth.
Yeah, watch, Kanye's gonna win it.
Heard he's in the running.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah, so all those out there who are pissed about, losing money out of their paychecks due to tax, blame Woodrow Wilson.
That's our other fun fact.
A little history for you.
We just hit you.
Double.
Yeah, we hit you with a double fun
fact.
fact. Yeah. It was like double
Boom.
summer.
Boom. Get educated. Might have to change the name of our podcast.
Yeah, we should just do one podcast of us just ripping fun facts. Just back and forth. Like, smoke some crack and rip some fun facts.
Might go back to school, grab a history degree, start spitting some knowledge out here for the people.
Yeah, 100%. We got to.
By the people, for the people. All right. Yeah, a little piece of history for you there. We give you everything you need here. We give you hockey, we give you life advice, we give you a little history lesson. We do it all.
Yeah, we give you life advice to smoke crack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real-
the
real
best-
Not saying it's
Stand-up
good. Not saying it's good advice, but
Yeah.
it's advice.
I mean, you chose.
Well,
you,
some will say it is good. Maybe like someone like me.
you're the one that chose the press the download button, not us. So
shoot the
listen on
messengers.
your own risk.
Yo, you okay?
Yeah.
over there, dude?
Yeah, dude, I'm getting bricked up over here.
Yes, it looks like you're trying to put something away over
Oh
there.
yeah, dude, I'm bricked up.
All right. I think that about wraps it up for us today. As always, we'd like to thank our producer, Mass Music Radio. They continue to produce music for the masses. If you haven't already, be sure to go check them out and their other featured podcasts over at www.massmusicradio.com. That's www.massmusicradio.com. All right, we hope you all enjoyed another episode of The High Slot. Thank you all for tuning in. Go check us out, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, you name it, at High Slot Podcast for more daily hockey content. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.
Thanks, everyone.
Peace.